Right now, a Missouri community is calling for justice after a teen was shot by a homeowner for mistakenly going to the wrong house. Plus, this week, the Supreme Court will weigh in on the abortion pill debate. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kay. New at noon, police are investigating after two people were found dead inside a home in East Madison. Officers called to the 2800 block of Mullen Street, that's near Eakin Park, on Sunday afternoon. Police did not offer many details, but said their deaths were isolated incidents. You can follow along as we learn more on channel3000.com. Madison Metropolitan School District Superintendent Dr. Carlton Jenkins, who is set to retire this summer, has been named a finalist for his same position in Memphis. Earlier this year, Jenkins announced that he would be retiring, saying he wanted to spend more time with his family. His time with the Madison School District set to end in July. The Memphis-Shelby County School Board is reportedly not satisfied with Jenkins or two other finalists and has temporarily paused their search. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart has a look at your certified most accurate forecast, and wow.
Yeah, we're back to early March. We just forgot about that.
Yeah,
unfortunately. But the good news is all the snow is starting to wind down. We still got winter storm warnings up until about another hour, but most of this for our viewing area is completed. It's snowing, but won't be accumulated on roads up to the north towards La Crosse and Black River. That area still has winter storm warnings, but only for about another hour. Otherwise, we do have wind with this. A lot of that is further south towards Dubuque and southward. Everyone will see some winds, but down there they could have gusts up to 45. We'll see gusts here probably in the 30 range. Right now, northwest winds are around 20 to 25 miles per hour. That'll continue this afternoon. So once again, with the temperatures hovering around the 30s, it'll feel like early March. There's that one band that's kind of lingering up to the northwest, La Crosse wrapping around the low. That's to the east, but otherwise that should begin to diminish and actually fall apart this afternoon. Close-up view sees that little line just to the north too, but otherwise we're going to actually see some sun probably peek out. Road conditions, just some slippery spots up to the north, but everything else is cleaned up quite nicely with the warm temperatures that we're going. You see the temperature will get up to about 35, 36 with that northwest wind in the afternoon. Once again, this is early March type temperatures we should be seeing, not middle of the April. The good news is, well, we'll discuss further ahead. We do have a little bit of a warm-up, but we do have more rain and showers and thunderstorms coming ahead this week. I'll break all that down a bit later in the broadcast.
Checking that shot behind, looks like the sun is out in downtown.
It is starting to come out, too, off and on a cloud, so that's good news.
All right.
But we'll be cold.
We'll check back, Greg. Thank you. Now to Alabama, where police are investigating a mass shooting at a birthday party that left 4 people dead and dozens of others hurt. It happened at a dance studio in Dadeville Saturday night. Witnesses reported multiple shooters, but so far no arrests have been made. It's unclear what led up to the shooting or how many suspects were actually involved. Meanwhile, in Missouri, a Kansas City teen is fighting for his life after being shot for mistakenly going to the wrong house. 16-year-old Ralph Yarrow was supposedly picking up his brothers at a friend's house on 115th Terrace, but he went to 115th Street. Police say the homeowner shot Yarrow in the head. Yarrow's hospitalized, still in critical condition. The homeowner was arrested but released after 24 hours. Police citing the need for further investigation and a formal statement from the victim. Protesters gathered and demonstrated outside the gunman's house Sunday, calling for justice. This week, the Supreme Court is set to make a big decision regarding the FDA's approval of mifepristone, one of the commonly used drugs in medical abortions. Protesters hit the streets across the country this weekend over the future of the drug. A new CBS News poll found that 67% of adults in the U.S. think the drug should continue to be available in states where abortions are legal. That includes nearly half of all Republicans.
When you attack the rights of women in America, you are attacking America.
I don't like a district court judge issuing a national decree, even if I agree with the judge.
The Biden administration has asked the Supreme Court to reverse the new restrictions, arguing they would have sweeping consequences for the pharmaceutical industry, women who need access to the drug, and the FDA's ability to implement its statutory authority. Well, if you're traveling internationally this summer and need a passport, you better act now or you might not get yours in time. The State Department is processing a record number of passports, up to 500,000 each week. That's about 30% more than last year at this time. Right now, it's taking between 10 and 13 weeks for standard processing. If you pay $60 extra to expedite your passport, the State Department says it'll still take about 7 to 9 weeks to arrive. This Earth Week has millions focusing on the planet and how to preserve it for future generations. In the UK, volunteers are digging for tiny pellets used to manufacture plastic products that wash up on land. Birds and other sea life sometimes eat them, taking in toxic pollutants. New research reveals more than 170 trillion plastic particles are floating in the world's oceans. And even when hauled in, biologists say reusing the microscopic material is a tough task.
Separating this and turning it into value is going to be incredibly challenging. Really, the thing that we need to do, it's about trying to stop the plastics getting into the environment in the first place.
One artist is creating sculptures with the plastic he has found in the ocean to draw more attention to plastic pollutions. In honor of Earth Day this Saturday, the Henry Viola Zoo is throwing a party for the planet. The event runs from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and is free, open to the public. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi said the party is a great way for Dane County residents and visitors to have fun outdoors and learn ways that we can work together to protect our planet. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Krispy Kreme is partnering with cookie companies for some new delicious creations. Details coming up in the Money Watch report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Do you really think we could sell our house in a month?
Absolutely. What could go wrong?
A lot can go wrong selling your house today. Not if you sell to We Buy Ugly Houses, as is, fast, for all cash. For decades, sellers have trusted our fair cash offers. Call or click to sell quick.
Save 11% on everything, now at Menards. Get superior engine protection with Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic Motor Oil. It promotes fuel efficiency and excellent engine cleanliness. Pick up a 5-quart jug for $22.99 after rebate. Use Master Gardener Premium Potting Mix for better results. It's ready to use and contains slow-release fertilizer that feeds for up to 9 months. Right now, just $7.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
In need of home repairs? From stairs and railings to roofing and plumbing, Habitat Dane County works alongside families to ensure safe, stable housing for years to come. Qualifications are based on income, need, and willingness to partner. Don't delay. Apply today.
Community is helping each other, making sure your neighbor is taken care of. At Lake Ridge Bank, community is who we are. We take pride in being a community bank, strengthening relationships and investing in the places we come from. It's why we are who we are. Lake Ridge Bank. Go far, go together.
Get $1,500 purchase allowance on a 2023 Cadillac XT5 and XT6. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
Hey, maybe some online buyer could buy our house.
Awesome. Yeah, what could go wrong?
A lot can go wrong selling your house today. Not if you sell to We Buy Ugly Houses, as is, fast, for all cash. For decades, sellers have trusted our fair cash offers. Call or click to sell quick.
U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says banks are likely to become more cautious with lending in the wake of recent bank failures. During a CNN interview over the weekend, Yellen also said she believes there is evidence that the country is on a path to tackle inflation and that bringing down inflation and a strong labor market are, quote, compatible goals. Best Buy is reportedly laying off hundreds of store workers nationwide. That's according to a Wall Street Journal report that cites people familiar with the situation. The report says the electronics and appliance seller is making a shift toward online where more sales are happening. And fans of Krispy Kreme, Chips Ahoy, and Oreos rejoice. The popular donut chain, known for its red hot light, has collaborated with the two cookie brands to create 4 donut infused with cookie combos. They're available right now at Krispy Kreme locations and select grocery stores for a limited time. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Matt Piper.
Checking Wall Street at the noon hour, the Dow Industrial is down 25 points. The NASDAQ off 39. The S&P 500 is down 8. Our call for action volunteers are in the building, taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can call for action right now at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Coming up, Pam has today's egg prices. Greg tells us when warmer temperatures could return. Then today on Live at 4, it's breakfast for dinner. Angie Horkin from the Wisconsin Beef Council has some great recipes for you to try.
Brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Could you keep it down?
Oh, hey, sorry. I can't stop these kids from rocking, but I can help you replace all this.
Rock on!
With free installation on Felco windows, siding, doors, and roofing, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for 1 year. There's never been a better time to upgrade your home. This offer won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Felco.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, you're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again. 833-WISC-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
It's a brand new day.
Don't let junk get in the way.
All you have to do is point.
And you'll be back to your old self again. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, we're celebrating strong women.
You look good in gold.
Do I?
I love that term, queen.
You are the definition. Plus, what are your mama's most savage sayings?
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
If you haven't filed your taxes yet, you've only got 1 day left to get her done. Tomorrow we'll share important last-minute advice from a tax professional.
And we do have some warmer weather on the way this week, but another cold front headed away for the weekend. Join us tomorrow morning between 4:30 and 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report on this lovely Monday.
Oh, man, I tell you, it's just crazy. I just talked to another victim in Minnesota. They picked up 7 inches of snow yesterday, and we're all just kind of shaking our heads, but hoping for better things. It didn't slow things down over the weekend, though. Big crowd again at Midwest Horse Fair that wrapped up yesterday at the Alliant Energy Center grounds. Myself, personally, I was over at the Wisconsin Meat Processors Association meeting. Wisconsin Association Meat Processors, WOMP. Talked to Jake Seiler from Elmwood. He's the president of the Wisconsin Association of Meat Processors, also the owner-operator of Seiler's Meats in Elmwood, and he said they were really happy with the turnout. One of the elements of their convention is all the butchers, all the meat processors from across the state bring in some of their products. So there was an awful lot of sausage and hams and what else did I see? Like kielbasas, just a lot of really excellent authentic, original flavors from across the state. Jake said that they're still kind of focused in on expansion. We made it through the pandemic. Everybody started focusing in attention on the shortfalls that our supply chain brought to our meat processors. Now we're pivoting and starting to see a lot of expansion on our individual meat processors. In fact, the Wisconsin Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection said they had 70 applicants for their 2023 meat processor infrastructure grant program. Now, basically what they said is you can apply for the grants. You matched all the money. They had 70 applicants that were looking for about $2.8 million in state funding. The state only had $200,000 to make available to them. Jake said that's one of the deals that they're trying to work with right now with state legislators. Is it's an oversubscribed program that is really something the meat processing industry hopes will grow in the future. But it's nice to have good news coming from our butchers and our local meat processors. I've got pictures up at Fabulous Farm Babe on Facebook. Barrel cheese is unchanged today. 40-pound block cheese down a penny at $1.76.5. Double A butter 2.5 cents higher. $2.35 1/4 per pound. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I love Wisconsin.
Good thing about it doesn't last long this time of year.
That's right. I agree. And it's always moisture. Never, try to put a silver lining wherever I can.
Sometimes too much moisture, especially up north. We'll see how that ends up. Pam, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Here's Greg with the look at the forecast.
Yeah, we keep forgetting that April does have some snowy actions that have occurred in the past, too. This was 2018 that we had 7.2 inches here, too, although this was a colder month for 2018. We've also had snow as late as April 30th of 1994 when we had about 8 inches. So you can get these. We just had quite a bit of a swing from 80 to 30 degrees here in the last couple of days. So overall snow amounts, let's go back to that. We kind of skipped over that. Oops, kind of froze there. But anyway, the snow amounts that we're looking at right there, it's kind of bugging out on me. Next one here. There we go. There we go. Nope, it's not going to jump ahead. Anyway, the snow report's up there. This is kind of what we expected for Saturday, yesterday, and through this morning. And you can see 9+ inches, but up there we've had reports of up to 22 inches, including just north of Black River Falls. Mainly a foot as you go north of Richland County. Then it gets a little bit less further southeast, but quite a bit of snow. Record levels. They've had a lot of power outages, tree damage up there. We've actually had not too bad of conditions down here, but it's all tapering off. What the rest of the week looks like, it's going to be a little bit of a change, but still wet. By Wednesday, Thursday, 60s, we have showers and thunderstorms returning. Some could be strong, but I think the risk is still further south. The thing is, we're going to see maybe another ½ inch to an inch of rainfall. We've already had quite a wet April. It's going to continue. Friday, then we turn colder, breezy showers possible. I won't even say it, but we might have some mix further north of some snow coming Friday night to Saturday as colder air wraps around. That looks less than what we saw with this one, but still, it could be a colder night coming into the weekend once again. So we're going to see that. If we plan out today, you see the showers begin to taper off, clearing skies from west to east this afternoon. We'll see temperatures really holding steady, maybe hitting 40 degrees down southwest Wisconsin. But overnight, watch these clouds begin to develop here. That's indication maybe some fog potential just because of all the moisture in the ground. That probably will be areas west because of where they'll see clearer skies earlier. Clearing skies will be more later overnight. If there's something to keep in mind of, you might see some early morning fog out in those areas. By the time we get in the afternoon, everyone will clear up. We are warming back up into the 50s, not where we should be. We should be about 60, but you can see mid-50s. See the winds beginning to turn around from the east. That's because by the time we get to Tuesday night, we have a warm front begins to approach. By Wednesday morning, you'll see maybe a line of showers. If it holds together, this is the sign of the warm front coming through Wednesday. That'll give us our next round of showers and thunderstorms, but also give us warmer temperatures that we see that are coming up. The severe threat, like I mentioned, by Wednesday, mainly it's going to stay south. The slight risk down here. We'll see some thunderstorms. We'll see if this actually changes, but for right now, the highest risk probably will stay to our south. As we look at the overall, the 10-day, we are seeing improvements. Not going to get quite warm, but unfortunately, it's going to get wet again in the 60s with the rain chance. And then once again, a cold weekend next week with only 40s. Once again, you can see some mix too. And then further on, we see that. One thing to note of this week is Severe Weather Awareness Week, and we do have that tornado drill coming up Thursday 2 times. Those are things what will happen. What we won't be happening is you won't see emergency alerts on your phone nor push notifications. And once again, it's a good time to practice all your plans of where to go for tornado safety and sheltering plans.
It is, the tornado season is coming.
It is.
We already had a couple.
I already had a couple already.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Up next, Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with a recipe with only 5 ingredients, and it only takes 10 minutes to cook.
Every year, right around this time, many of you are asking for dishes to serve for dinner that are lighter and fresher tasting. We also know that you're looking for new ideas to cook on your grill. That's why we came up with a dish that fits both of these requests. Let me show you how easy it is. All we do is combine some Dijon mustard with a splash of vegetable oil, some fresh or bottled lemon juice, and a bit of fresh chopped dill. We give it a good mix and add in some boneless, skinless chicken breasts. You want to make sure you flip them around a bit so they're smothered in the marinade. And now we'll pop them in the fridge so all the flavors can come together. Right before dinner, we throw them on the grill or on a grill pan. Either way, once the chicken browns and is cooked through, it's time to call the troops to the table. Maybe serve them with some green beans, and you've got a dish that screams freshness. To get the recipe for what we call lemon coat chicken, simply check out our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a lemony fresh way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Ahead at noon, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will be answering your plant and garden questions. The number to call, 608-270-9933. We'll get to your calls right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, people on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
If your house was cold this winter, it's going to be hot this summer. And now's the time to get your home more energy efficient. It's National Insulation Month, and we're celebrating by giving you savings of $2,000. And just in time before you get those big summer electric bills. Spring's booking quickly, so don't wait to insulate. Call now and save up to $2,000 during National Insulation Month.
USA Insulation.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Getting out of bed was not fun. Even simple movements were an effort. Then I discovered good feet supports could reduce the stress to my feet, knees, and back. So now I actually look forward to getting up, and I can walk or work when I need to and still have energy for fun. My only regret is I wish I came to Good Feet sooner, because it's time for me to step up my game.
I'm Rachel, and this is my Good Feet story.
Come into a Good Feet store.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is answering your plant and garden questions today. The number to call, 608-270-9933. Lisa is not feeling so well today, so we're going to do this by phone. Hi, Lisa.
Hello, I've got my Brenda Vaccaro voice on.
You do. Let's call right now. All right.
I know, it's kind of hot.
Let's get to the calls. We'll start with Pat in Beaver Dam. Hi, Pat. What's your question?
I'm sure it's what everybody's going to ask. My delphinium was up pretty good, and it got hit really bad. Is it going to make it, you think?
The plant will be fine.
Okay.
You know, the snow, I have hosta up, and some hellebores are blooming and that kind of thing. I think that the snow that we had is a really good insulator, so it's not the snow that's an issue as much as it is the cold weather supposed to be chilly tonight. So if it looks like you had a little bit of damage, and you should be able to tell by now, then I'd go ahead and throw like an upside-down pot or something over it just to give it a little bit of protection for one more night. Going forward, the more things developed, the more chance they have of being damaged by cold weather. So we're just going to have to keep our eyes on things. But plants are adapted to this, so it will not hurt them in the long term.
My bleeding hearts were very sorry looking this morning, but
yeah, a lot of things will be, but a lot of them will also bounce back pretty well.
All right.
Early spring things are used to the kind of temperatures that we're having.
Yeah, it's Wisconsin.
Yes, it is.
Grow here. All right, Bonnie from Prairie du Sac. What's your question?
One thing I wanted to ask Lisa was, I always buy mandavillas at Bruce's greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Are they coming in yet? Are they there? I don't want to
No,
miss out.
they're not. Yeah, not yet. I
Okay.
would say that mandavillas, we usually see our tropical loads at the end of April or the first week of May, so that they're in before Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I do know we have a really cool orange one coming in that looks really exciting. So can't remember the name, but check in with the plant desk.
Okay, and then the other one was, I know that it's for my hibiscus, and of course it's not up yet. And I need something to spray it with when the bugs start getting to it.
Oh, you get Japanese beetles on it?
Japanese, yes.
Yeah, for that I would use 8 on that, like a contact killer, because the Japanese beetles can do a lot of damage fast, and they really only bother the flowers on the hibiscus. So you'll want to kill them when you see them, not do a systemic. I don't know that would be super effective.
Okay. All right, great. Let's go to Suzanne from Broadhead. Hi, Suzanne. What's your question?
Hi, I have a question about my forsythia bushes. I have 6 forsythia bushes all in a row. This year, one blossomed beautifully with the yellow flowers. None of the others did. So I'm wondering why that would be, and what can I do in the future so they all bloom?
Well, part of the thing with forsythias is depending on what kind of varieties you have, some of them are quite hardy as plants, but not entirely flower bud hardy. So if you have one of those, we did get some pretty chilly temperatures this year, and that might have damaged the flower buds. The other thing that affects the flowering on forsythia is timing of when you do pruning. They need to be pruned pretty soon after they're done flowering. So say if you did some pruning like late last summer or in the fall, probably prune the flowers off. So as long as they're in the full sun, I would just make sure that you hold off from pruning them for this year. Let them set flower buds and see what happens next year.
All right, good luck. Let's go to Dennis in Whitewater. Hi, Dennis. What's your question?
Yeah, hi. I was wondering about quackgrass and asparagus patches. How can you control that?
There is a new thing on the market that's we used to recommend something from High Yield, and they took the asparagus rating off. It was a grass killer, a selective grass killer. There's a new treatment in the garden center. I think it's called Top Hat.
Top Hat?
Don't quote me on it, but I think it's called Top Hat. Stop at the plant desk and ask them there. They'll know what it is, but it is rated to use in asparagus, and you can spray it a day before harvest. So it's quite safe at killing grass in asparagus beds without damaging the asparagus and giving you a solid chance to do a harvest.
Okay, maybe you can call him because he lives in Whitewater, so you can call the
Yes.
company. All right, we
Email plant desk.
are out of time. Well, thank you all for calling in. We'll do this again next week. Lisa, feel better?
I will be fine.
We'll see you on next Monday.
It sounds worse than it is.
Good, that's good. We'll see you next week.
Yep, bye-bye.
All right, here's Greg with one final look at the weather.
Yeah, we still got the snow showers out there, but peaks of sun should be out there as well, too, with the windy conditions. So some things to know. Tomorrow, drier with highs in the 50s. Still not quite where we should be, but definitely better conditions than we had. If we look at radar right now, just a few showers that should be spreading across the area, but everything should be winding down with regards to snow, and showers and thunderstorms return this week.
All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.